terrors, I had to fulfill my purpose. To shake the whole earth with a boom when I hit the surface. They trembling nervous, they know I'm coming for certain. To murder all these niggas, devour all of these serpents. I patiently waited to turn up with fervent heat now that I'm activated. I'ma blow cause it's World War III, I hear you weeping. You're mourning, your nationality, Hiroshima and Nagasaki ain't got nothing on me. I was raised by chemists, I was made for the judgment. Don't be testing my limits, don't be pushing my buttons. In the Bible they call me flame and rebuke, and you know that that's the truth. But my homies call me nuke, I was sent here to destroy the pleasures of sin. In the day of darkness, even darker than when the day began. Annihilation, no time for evacuations. When these warheads split, it look worse than decapitations. Repented dies at genocide or was genocide.
I be damn if I'm gonna leave the sheep I help gather. I'ma hold the line.
No, give me Genesis. Give me Genesis 6 and 5. Give me Genesis 6 and 5. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 5. Read that.
The book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
And that's what's going on today. The wickedness of the man has grew. The man has become one of the wicked creation of God that's known to the world. Read that again from the top.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
And God saw that the wickedness of man grew in the earth. Read.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
And every imagination of the man is evil. It's against God. We walk around and we do what we want to do. We don't like to listen to God. We try to give out flyers to our brothers and sisters concerning the Bible, and they deny the flyer. They deny the word of God. But guess what? In your time of need, the Most High gonna deny you like you deny Him. Read on.
And it repented the Lord.
And it did what?
It repented the Lord.
Some of you guys make God repent that He created you.
That's right.
A lot of y'all are the 2/3 that the Most High gonna destroy with nuclear destruction.
That's right.
Read on.
And it repented the Lord that He had made man on the earth. And it grieved Him at His heart.
And it grieved Him at His heart because you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American are rebellious. Give me Nehemiah 9 and 26. You guys are one a rebellious nation of people. And you hate God and you hate God's word. And guess what? In due time, the Most High God gonna visit you. The Most High God gonna visit you, and He gonna repay you for all you did in this life, that you living now. Read that.
The book of Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 26. Nevertheless, they were disobedient.
They were what?
Disobedient.
They were disobedient. This nation of people is disobedient. Read.
And rebelled against thee, and cast the law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets.
And they cast the law behind thy backs. But guess what the Most High God said? The Most High God gave us blessings and curses. He gave us blessings for if we kept His commandments, and curses if we was disobedient. Get that in Deuteronomy 28. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So the Most High gave us an ultimatum. He said, if we hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, which is this Bible, read.
To observe and to do all His commandments.
That we have to observe and do. The word do is an action word, meaning we must show forth with our actions. Meaning we must go out and exempt something that He told us to do out of the Bible. Read.
To observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
He gonna do what?
Set thee on high.
Today, in today's society, so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are low. They are below every nation on the planet Earth. Because what? We don't like to listen to the voice of the Lord our God. Read.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So He said if we listen to Him, He'll set us above high. Get us the flip side of it. Verse 15, read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 in verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So he says, now if you don't listen to the word of the Lord thy God, this Bible, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He says these curses was going to come upon us and overtake us. Give me verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45.
Let's see that the curses overtake us, and let's see that we follow and keep God's commandments like he said it.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Because in 2019, we are a destroyed state of people.
That's right.
Look around. If you think this is normal, you are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Read.
Till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because you did what?
Hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because you rejected God. You put his law behind your back and did what man told you could do, which was against God. Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
And these curses he put upon us for a sign. Because he stripped us of everything. He stripped us of our nationality. He stripped us of our heritage, of our homeland. He stripped us of everything. That's why the so-called blacks can be 3 different nationalities. Black, Moor, Afro-American, African-American. And we the same nation of people. What are your biblical name, black man? What is your biblical name? What is your God-given name? Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
See, he told the Israelites then that it was going to be upon your seed. Right. So in 1619, something happened to us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Because he said these curses are going to be upon us for a sign. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee.
And the Most High God got angry with us and scattered us. Read.
Among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other.
So how did the Most High God scatter us? Read on.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And we became idolatrous in the Most High God eye. Give me verse 68. So he said he was going to scatter us among all nations of people. Now we're going to see how the Most High God scattered us. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The word Egypt is an old Quaker word for bondage, slavery, captivity. Read.
Again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
We came over here, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American came over here. How?
With ships.
By cargo slave ships. Yes. That's Bible prophecy. What are we reading? We are reading the Bible. And our history is in the Bible. You won't find the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American history in no other book but the Holy Bible. Read on.
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So the Most High God scattered us among all nations of people with ships. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And when we got over here, he made sure that our enemies sold us to fulfill this prophecy. Read.
For bondmen,
for slave men, for bondage. We was in bondage. We was sold in bondage. Read.
And bond women.
And bond women. Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem you. No man shall save you. Because guess what? Y'all thought Obama was going to change something for our nation of people. Nah, Obama, the Most High God ain't sent Obama to save us. We suffer the same affliction under all the other presidents than we did when Obama was in president. So we got to understand that the Most High God is really dealing with us, and it's not a good way. Give me verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That happened to us in slavery. Not only did your mom and dad was sold, but the children that they had at the time was sold as well. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with the longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And all our forefathers and foremothers had to do was cry. They had no way of getting their kids back. They had no military might, no economic might. We didn't have no way of getting our kids back. Verse 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
So this is the reason why our foremothers and forefathers couldn't enjoy their sons and daughters. That's right. Just like in today's society, if the people call the Child Protective Service on you and just do a false claim to state that you abusing your child, and DHS come and take your child, it ain't gonna be easy for you to get your kids back. It's gonna be hard, just like it was back then. These curses are still in effect till up until 2019. These curses are still in effect, and they're going to continue to be in effect until the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American repent and start keeping God's laws. Because we made a covenant with the Most High God. We told God all that you said we would do, and we have reneged on what we have said. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with the longing for them all the day long. Come on. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there shall be no might in thy hand. Because the Most High God stripped us of everything. He stripped us of everything. Give me verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
And how was we cursed in the field? Who served on the plantation, on the slave plantation? We served hard bondage on the slave plantation. We served on the plantations. On every plantation, they had us, they whipped us, they beat us, they raped our wives. They did everything under the sun to our nation of people. But in 2019, they said, forget about it. That was old, that was in the past. But the Most High God reminded you that those same people that did that to us is our enemies still to this day. So on the plantation, this is what happened. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
Still to this day, our feet don't have rest.
That's right.
We get up every morning and work a 40-hour work week or more for these other nations to build up their kingdom, to make them rich. We haven't found rest till this day. Till this day, we haven't found rest.
That's right.
And we still building their kingdom up. And a lot of you love building up the other nation's kingdom. You'll shop with them and you'll give your last dime for the other nations before you buy with your brother, before you build your brother up. Because we have so much hatred for one another to where we hate to even uplift one another. We see each other as the enemy. Give me read that verse again.
And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
A trembling heart, read.
And failing of eyes.
And failing of eyes, meaning we hate we up here, we hate what we see. We hate to see our people in an oppressed state. Read.
And sorrow of mind.
And sorrow of mind. Read.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Our life hang in doubt.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have repented. We have repented.
I'm a Jew, it sound odd. For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.